I wish I could go get a 9 to 5 job and sit on my phone all day and get paid.
Whoa, this guy had major confidence.
How's it going today, everybody? We have a great episode ahead of us today where Tophiachu is going to be showing both sides of herself, and that's typically something you never want. A little bit of her Jekyll and Hyde. But for Tophiachu, it's just Tramachu and a tad bit of Hypocritachu this one. And unfortunately for her, both sides are nothing you want, but hey, it's not all bad out in these streets. Tophiachu actually reveals some very interesting information that she is living in a girl's home at the moment and she has friends. I don't know which one is more surprising about that, but I'm gonna say the friends part, especially since it's Tophiachu's birthday today. I don't know if you want to wish Tophiachu a happy birthday, but it is her birthday and she's going to be busting it down for the patty melt in the club. And you know how Tophiachu is going to be acting. She's going to be hoping people are throwing them roses, the galaxies her way, but it's real life and they're probably just going to step far away, like that episode of SpongeBob when he had the sundae. And interesting enough, Tophiachu is now claiming that she is also going to be potentially having drinks just like Nova. Is the connection coming along? How does the lolcow universe constantly weave into itself? I don't know, guys. Is that the dimensional merge? Maybe, quite possibly. I'm gonna say no, because we got a lot more ridiculous things to come before that could ever happen. Tophiachu's gotta get the fabled house, the house chew, and Papa Chew's finally gotta get that gazillion dollars, and until that happens, both of those, I don't think the merge is going on just yet. So before we ponder into that terrible future any longer, how about we go ahead and jump into the video?
So I want to address something because it's really bothering me. I don't know why there's a lot of people that think my supporters are broke and have no jobs, but then actively saying that I'm making fun of people with jobs. When you literally don't know why people can't get a job or don't have jobs, or if they don't, because a lot of my supporters own businesses. So yeah, to assume some of my supporters don't have a job is crazy while actively complaining. Like, why are you complaining for? It just doesn't make sense that you will literally get mad at me but allow people to do certain things, considering the fact that I was not talking about all people with jobs. I don't know how many times I have to explain that. If you felt hit, that was because maybe it was about you, and if it doesn't apply, let it fly. That they literally tell my supporters, and I've seen it in the comments, like, go get a job, and they'll be like, I have a job. And especially telling me that I don't have a real job. That sounds like the parents, you know, those parents that are like, singing's not a real job. It doesn't put food on the table. Who deemed you the police of what a real job is? Thank you for the roses. Get it braided. It's too expensive. I don't got money. Like, I literally have to wait for the GoFundMe to process so my brother could get. I don't have money to get it braided, especially because that's like $400 I don't have. I have toner, but I just didn't want to tone it. Oh, people like to hide behind fake accounts, and it's so funny. It's like, come on your real account and say that, because you don't stand by that. You're just mad that people are holding you accountable. That's the funny thing about the Reddit also, is that they're mad about supporters attacking them. Well, maybe because they're holding you accountable and you don't like that. My nose. It's just like...
We got a full-blown Hypocritachu segment right off the rip. It's not like just a week ago Hypocritachu herself was calling all of her fans broke because she wasn't having the best of a day, because she wasn't getting tons of cash apps and they wouldn't pay her phone bill for her. But no, now all kinds of her fans own businesses. And Tophiachu, I'm not sure how many fans you have. I'm not sure how many businesses they have. But if they are fans of yours and they're paying for your lifestyle, I guess the only business they have is keeping you afloat, because it's your money and you need it now. It doesn't matter what's going on in their life. You don't check on them. You literally tell everybody you rarely check DMs. It doesn't matter if it's good or it's bad, you just don't really care to hear from them unless you need a little bit of change, a little bit of something to go to the store and get the next Coca-Cola. You're like the money bags of streaming, except when you finally get your gemstones, when Spyro can finally cross the bridge, there is no bridge, there's no content leading to it. It's just, okay, Tophiachu can turn off the stream and run along. And speaking of being a content creator, Tophiachu, something that like you seem to ignore completely, like it's not your responsibility, even though you're the one who gets on the phone and says all kinds of crazy blasphemous things. It's like, listen, when you're like telling people, hey, all of you guys are broke, none of you guys have a job to be paying me, it doesn't matter who you're specifically speaking to, unless like it's very obvious. Like most of the time, a majority of your fans will assume you're speaking to them. Like, why wouldn't they? You're not pointing anybody out. Of course they're gonna think that way. I mean, not everyone's as lucky as you, Tophiachu, to have such a veil of delusion over everything in your life. I mean, this is not going well. Tophiachu is 30 years old. She's living in a shelter. She has no job. She doesn't plan on getting a job. She's waiting on fan donations, and on top of all of that, waiting on her brother's GoFundMe, which, as you guys heard, she doesn't even care to like admit. That's all she's waiting on. It's not for good things. I mean, she does plan on doing some stuff for Brother Chew with it, hopefully, right? I mean, she's like goes on later to claim that she just doesn't want to carry Brother Chew around with her 24/7. She would rather just go visit him when she wants to, which I don't know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but we're talking about Tophiachu here. But at the same time, Tophiachu, like, this became despicable. You've lied to people for months. I mean, it doesn't matter what the GoFundMe money is going to at this point. We know it's going to you, and we don't know how much is going directly to you, so it concerns a whole lot of people. But you can sit out on that bench right now. You can sit there and complain to everybody, and still, somehow knowing that everything is falling around you. You're literally relying on donations, but say, look everybody, I don't know how you could pocket watch someone so hard. How are you going to tell someone who's like trying to be a singer or a TikToker like myself, right? How are you going to tell them to go get a real job, to put food on the table? It's not up to you to decide what a real job is. And Tophiachu, literally like the basics of a job is, can you make enough to feed yourself, to carry on in this world? Like, if a job doesn't do that, then yeah, I wouldn't consider it a job. I would consider it a hobby. And if you make some money off of it, I would call it a very small, profitable hobby that maybe you can expand on. But all in all, you would still need a job for that. There's no excuse not to. This kind of mindset has ruined so many things in Tophiachu's life, but she's going to continue to allow it to happen. It's absolutely insane.
Like, Amanda, you don't need to tell me what I need to do with my brother, considering my mom chose for him to be next to his not next to his grandmother, but where his grandmother is at, because my grandmother and my grandfather are together and they're... Maybe you don't need to tell me what I need to do with my brother. Who is my brother? I'm not going to let anyone try to steal my brother, because if I have to move again, or if I have to move to another place, I'm literally not going to have to worry about carrying an urn and possibly someone trying to break into my house to steal it, because people are weird like that, okay? I don't like what she's done. But, like, you say I don't like what she's done, but she doesn't deserve this. No, that's not empathy, okay? That's not having empathy. Like, a lot of you guys, and I've noticed, are not empathetic. A lot of you guys literally... And here's the thing. The whole, couldn't imagine having to clock into a job was not towards people that have a job. It was towards someone that literally attacked me saying that they're clocking into work. I have trauma. I can't work. And for you to tell me, because you literally, for you to sit here and for you to tell me that I don't have a job and laugh at me because you don't know why someone doesn't have a job, and I literally said that I have trauma and I'm getting evaluated to get disability. You as a person sitting here making fun of someone not having a job and then getting mad when someone says something is crazy to me, because what about those homeless people or people that are having a hard time getting a job? Because you think you're better than someone because you have a 9-to-5 job. Stop. I would love to clock into work. I would love to clock into work, but I can't because I have to sit here and watch my back all the time because someone's filming me. Someone literally filmed my mom at the hospital. People have no boundaries whatsoever when it comes to Reddit. And when I say, please leave me alone, people don't. People are yelling out their car, which, to a certain extent, like, they're not being rude. But my trauma, does not, well, I don't know. I really don't know anything. Because, see, there's a lot. I have to do what's necessary to get us a place to live, and if that means doing certain things. When I'm walking down the street and someone yells out their car, and it catches me off guard, it's scary, because I have to be careful. I broke down at a Walmart because I was talking to somebody about what happened to me.
Tophiachu, I'm just gonna be dead honest. I don't think a single one of your family members would find you responsible enough to take care of Brother Chu. Like, I don't think you would have him any longer. And if you did, how would people break in and take him from you? Like, yeah, you are right. That could happen to you in the position that you're in, because there are some very weird people out here. Just look at Jacob Sockness. Think of all the links he's went to just to get a little bit of Chris Chan. So she might not be like entirely wrong there. But then we also have to look at how many people, for like the years you've been known as a lolcow on the internet, how many people have like known where your location is and haven't done a single thing about it? And you could say, oh, well, look what happened with Squidchu. But she was a hotel worker. Of course she was going into your room. You guys didn't own that at all. It was just a place you stayed at. Like, I don't know the thought around this. But then we have Tophiachu saying that, hey guys, it doesn't matter really, because I'm never going to get a house, because I'm never going to get a job. You guys should know at this point, I'm Tramachu over here. I can't get a job anymore, even though for the past, she's 30 years old, so let's say the past 12 years, you could have had a job. It could have been even longer than that, because 16, 15, but we'll give her some slack, right? She can't rely on Papachu and Mamachu to get her places. That makes total sense. But newsflash, Tophiachu, you have had 12 years to get a job, and this just didn't happen to you, the Brother Chu tragedy, about 4 months ago. You have had plenty of time. Like now you're retroactively like producing your Tramachu moments. It just doesn't work that way, Tophiachu. You need to get a job. You should have had a job. It doesn't matter if people are mean to you in Dunkin' Donuts. The first job I ever had when I think I was 15, like working at a Dairy Queen, guess what? The managers weren't very nice to me. But you know what? I just went in there, I dealt with it, and I hated Dairy Queen. I thought it was the worst place I've ever worked at, and I still consider it to. But you know what? I didn't take like those managers been mean to me as like, oh, I can never work again in my life. I just said, you know what? The next managers will probably be better. And you know what? They were like they liked me, so that was a whole plus. And really everything she's saying just gets completely blown out of the water when you think for just a second, like Nova Online has had plenty of jobs in between the time that he's been a lolcow, same time Tophiachu's been a lolcow, equally about as relevant as one another. Nova has had plenty of jobs, so many, and he still gets pictures taken of him all the time. It happens to him too, at about the same scale as you, Tophiachu, but he's having job withdrawals, and you are just refusing to work. Like, you guys can hate one another all you want, but it's hilarious how simultaneously you guys can both prove each other wrong. And not to be mean here, but could you guys imagine Tophiachu in that Walmart? Like, I literally just see her breaking down in the middle of the store with like a Chris Chan love sign, but it's just a please donate to me sign wrapped around her shoulders. Please guys, please donate to me. I need so much more money for patty melts. And then she just wipes the crocodile tears out, walks out of the Walmart, said, I can't believe I got a few bucks off of them suckers.
If you're getting defensive, just delete the Reddit. Like, hey, if you're tired of people literally telling you, if you're literally sitting here mad of what people are telling you and holding you accountable for, then I would delete a Reddit, because why? You don't need to be fighting with people on the internet. I'm just saying, instead of fighting with people on the internet, Just delete the Reddit and you won't have to fight with people. Why are you getting so defensive? Like, I don't understand spending time and energy fighting with people on the internet. I wish I could go get a 9-to-5 job and sit on my phone all day and get paid. That would be great. A locale is literally, like, do you even know what a locale is? So, goodbye. Like, go. It's so crazy how the Reddit is. And I really thought about doing tea, but then I thought about, like, how tea pages have to literally report on something to have their house paid. That's why they make videos on YouTube about me. Because that guy that got 400,000 views talking about me literally could buy a whole house. You're mad because you can't pay for a subscription. Get your money up, not your funny up. If you're mad, it's because you don't have money to subscribe. Maybe subscribe. I'm not hiding behind subscriptions. It's just the fact that you're too broke to subscribe. So maybe get your money up, not your funny up, okay? Talking about someone on YouTube, he made probably like over 100,000. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm pretty sure people have made $1 million talking about me on YouTube. My plan moving forward is to sue people that continue to harass me and don't learn to leave me alone. My plan is to cause people to lose their jobs and their place of living so they learn to leave people alone, because I'm not going to let people get away with what they're doing to me. That's my job. Let's talk about them and how they haven't stopped harassing me. Because if they continue, then I'll just send it to the police and be like, look, hey, I'll have someone find out who your real names are and then give it to the police. I could give it to your local police and then they'll do something. Because someone said if I know who the people are, to go to their local police.
Tophiachu's just trying to pull all of the tricks out of the book now, ever since she's tried all of the emotional responses and it just hasn't been working out. I mean, she got all of them donations, but you know, it hasn't been smooth sailing. She's been like, okay, now maybe if I try the logical approach, I can just get them to delete the Reddit. She's like, all right, guys, look. I mean, we don't like to argue at all. I mean, you're not a T page for no reason. Like, let's just chill out, calm down. We don't want to go in this back and forth dynamic our entire life, do we? Do we? Because please tell me if we do. That is horrendous. She's like, let's chill out now, guys. I mean, look at me over here. I started this stream out for like 3 minutes talking about normal subjects, my hair, and stuff like that. And then I spent the other 54 minutes crashing out. Like, look, I don't like to argue with people over the internet. It's like, Tophia, you are the worst person in the world to be saying that to anybody. They know this is just a ploy. Because if the Reddit deleted it, right? They deleted everything and you just got a free pass all of a sudden. Do you guys not think Tophiachu would be bragging every single day? She'd be pulling an Ethan Ralph over her enemies. Oh, look at my enemy over there. Oh, I got you, didn't I? Do you got a Reddit to make any posts about me anymore? Nope, I don't think so. What happened to all of your nice followers? Gone. Goodbye. Your Hypocritachu would eat that up. And so they're not going to give it to you, Tophiachu, because they know for 100% certainty that would give you a W, and they're just not going to allow that to happen. And speaking of winning, I didn't know Tophiachu thought people like me was just balling like that. Hundreds of thousands of dollars off a 400k view video? That's some insane work right there, Tophiachu. And I like how now everyone who does videos on Tophia can only afford a house because of her. No, Tophiachu, there's other lolcows that we can make. And I don't know if like most people can afford a house off the income they make off talking about Tophiachu. It's just all of her enemies now have a house that they can afford. It's the one thing she can never grasp. It's like her holy grail or something. She wants it so bad, but she'll never get it, and it's just right in her sight. How do all of these people making videos have houses they can sit in? And I don't know, Tophiachu, it's a miracle what money management can do for a person. Or just been halfway diligent at your work. It can provide you a house, or another thing, Tophiachu, that many other people have that maybe you don't anymore because you push so many of them away, which we're going to see more in this video. Is it, well, things are getting a little bad? Well, maybe go ask a family member if you could stay with them. Maybe a friend for a little bit. I think the friend is the worst solution, but that depends on your family, really. So, like, yeah, Tophia, people typically have options that you have just constantly denied your entire life. And if she really thinks people make that much money off of YouTube, why is she doing TikTok? Why is she not making those tea pages? And like you guys heard, she wants to make a tea page all of a sudden, but no, it's just too much drama, and Tophiachu isn't about it, but she was thinking of it.
Like, I'm waiting for the GoFundMe, and I'm gonna sue GoFundMe if they don't. Someone took a dump. I'm gonna sue GoFundMe if they don't give me that money. Does it look like I got money? No. I wish I did. My birthday's coming up on Thursday. I can't even celebrate that because I'm so sad. What? It says, walking must be hard for you? No. I walked all yesterday. And actually, it was storming really bad yesterday. I got caught in it. It was pouring down rain. You couldn't even see when you were driving. It was hailing and I was under the thing because I went back to where it happened. It was very hard, of course. I was only there for like a few minutes and I had to get up and leave. I was like, no, I can't do this. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I forgot to bring my change so I could get something at McDonald's or something. I don't know. She's doing good. My mom, she's somewhere, probably watching movies. She's inside watching movies, or probably lunch. Lunch is being served. I think they're serving lunch, so I might go eat lunch too. Before it's something good, and then they grab all the lunch and I don't get any. No, she's not in a senior home. We're in the same place, but we're in a different building. So yeah. People still roller skate. It's like, I see people roller skating a lot around here, but oh, look at the doggy. Someone literally said that I'm running from police. In that one video, there was a lady that made a video talking about the situation and then literally responded to a comment saying I'm running from police. If I'm running from police, then why did I go pick up evidence at the police academy, where the police academy is, where there's police? If I'm running from police, I have to give them my ID to get my evidence. So it doesn't make sense why people are saying I'm running if I actually called the police too. Because I had to call the police to get information of how to get stuff out of my car. Like, I've been in contact with police since. I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna show you that I went to pick up stuff from evidence. You wanna lie? Well, then you'll be caught in your lies and then it won't look good on you. So I would advise you not to do that. Especially saying that I'm spending GoFundMe money that I'm not spending. Unless you have receipts from GoFundMe where I pulled out the money, then you shouldn't be talking.
Tophiachu knows how to turn her back on absolutely everybody, even if they're the only people in the world helping her. Her family members, forget about them. The people donating to me, you didn't donate enough. Oh, what about the police who I criticize every single moment for how they've been treating me, even though they've been treating me incredibly well? Well, I'm also going to ask them to assist me on things that I need. I mean, they suck every other time, and who needs the police? I sure don't, not in my life, except right now. We really need to get the police on our side. And GoFundMe, the only reason I might get thousands of dollars, the only platform that's helping me at the moment, well, I'm going to sue them as well. Tophiachu is so ungrateful for everything every single thing in her life, bro. Tophiachu also has this terrible habit of bringing up things that almost nobody in the world really knows about. Things that like no one would cover, but she brings it to the forefront. Like right now when she's mentioning that she's on the run from the police. The only reason I included that is because it was funny that Tophiachu's even complaining about it. I haven't heard a single bit of that rumor, but Tophiachu just hears it once like, oh man, everyone must know about this, so I've got to put it on blast. Don't you think that's also one of your big problems, Big Toph? That, you know, as soon as you hear just one thing, you can't let it slide. Just water over your back.
You know what? I don't care about my aunt and my uncle. First of all, let me tell you something. Well, not my aunt, my uncle. Well, maybe, yeah, my aunt. Let me tell you something about my aunt jumping in this conversation. You're talking about, she literally said my grandma would be disappointed. You don't want to go there with me considering she never wanted you in her house. So I would suggest that you get out of a house she didn't want you in. Maybe that is not their house. Or live in a house that is not my uncle's house. Again, I am going to say it. Why do you think none of the family members talk to them? And when mad at my grandma's sister and had the nerve to tell my grandma's sister to never contact him again. I mean, keep going. We can go at this all day. He literally had the nerve to tell my grandma's sister to never contact him again after she wanted to get information on us. You ain't once reached out to your sister to ask her how she's doing every single day, like my mom did when she would call her mother and see how she's doing every single day. You don't do that. You want to sit here and believe family member that haven't contacted me in years to ask how I'm doing? Now, my mom's other brothers, I know why she didn't tell them or whatever, and they said, well, we need to be in contact more often. They contact more often. They've wanted to contact more often, but he's never want to. Him and his son and my dad got into it was floor and threw us out, mind you. My uncle threw us out and we were about to sleep on a park bench, telling me that I could stay with him, but my mom, my dad, and my brother all have to go sleep on a park bench. Or telling us that we can sleep there, but let my parents go sleep on a park bench. You want me to toss my family to a park bench, my parents, because you said so? Crazy. You doubt it? Well, I would suggest you go live with him. If that's the case, then why don't you go live at his so-called house, which is not his? I mean, if these people wanted to go to a club, my new friends, I'd probably go. I don't go clubbing. I don't drink, but I did have a drink recently, so it was just like one drink, because we can only have one drink, because where we're at, we can't, you know. They were like, you want to go for a walk? I knew where they were going. We went to a nice restaurant, had one drink, played music, had a good time. It was fun, you know. No, I don't get addicted. I'm not gonna drink like that. I only had one drink. They paid for it. I didn't pay for it. I don't drink, so I didn't know what to get. And this girl, she doesn't really drink either, so the waitress suggested, and I was like, you know what, I'll get the same thing. And that's been like weeks, so I don't really, because where I'm at, you can technically, but it could risk you getting kicked out if you come back plastered, and it's not worth it considering that I'm trying to get a place, so I'm not gonna jeopardize what I have to do.
So let me get this straight, Tophiachu. You have about 2 or 3 uncles. 2 of them, let's say, didn't have any contact with you really throughout your adulthood. They didn't know you was in the car. They didn't talk to your mom enough, or she wasn't giving them all the information. Maybe she didn't want them to feel bad. Who knows? Probably because you've already told one uncle that you refused to leave this car, so she didn't want to bring it up again. But they had less contact with you, and after the brother chew thing happens, now they're like, oh yeah, we should have been talking more, stay in contact with us. But the one uncle who apparently like you and your family are like in and out with, or at least in your early childhood, which would go to show that he has some care, Tophiachu, just a little bit, has invited you into his house when you guys were all living in the car, and you said no, flat out, I'm not doing it. Now, you reveal the main reason your entire family got kicked out in general was because your dad got into an altercation with your uncle and his son. No wonder he wanted to kick both of your parents out and just let you guys stay. Like, your dad was causing problems around there. Like, how does that not compute to you? Like, yeah, that guy probably didn't want my dad staying with me. Of course, Tophiachu, you don't want your dad staying with you right now. You refuse to, and you always preach about how you're going to help him, but you really don't intend to. So how can you hate your uncle so much for the same thing that's happening that you've been through throughout your life? It seems like if your dad isn't involved and you stay off TikTok, or at least like seldomly get on and try to go for a job, because I bet you could probably talk him into like, look, I do make money off here, I gotta go live. He would probably let you more often than not, but you would have to get that scary job. Like, and if your dad doesn't come around, everything should be good for the most part, unless you ruin it. And I could see how she would do it too. Did you guys hear her when she was talking to her uncle's aunt? She's like, hey, wait a second, my grandma didn't even like you. I evict you. You're evicted now. You can no longer stay there. Well, if it was up to my will, Tophiachu would go in there, get comfortable, and eventually start trying to evict her uncle, her aunt, her cousins, and just try to get at her house. And she would evict Mamachu too. Like, give us some time. She might keep her there for a month or two, but if she like proves that she doesn't need her, oh man, she's gone in a second. And yeah, one final mention, it is Tophiachu's birthday, so she might be busting it down for a patty melt in the clubs later tonight. Who knows? So if you want to wish Tophiachu a happy birthday, make sure to send her a few job application links right along with it. And you know, I think that might make her day. She'll have a few drinks. And also, what is it right now with like the lolcows you would never expect to have drinks? Drinking, all trying to go in their World of T-shirt arc. They just want some money, right? Do they think that's the only way to end up in Mr. Bass's apartment having drinks with them? Maybe it is. I don't know. I wouldn't want to end up in that life. But I guess that's enough for me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, follow all the socials down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.